Okay, Dvar Malchus, excerpt from Talks of Shabbos Parshas Korach, the 3rd of Talmmuz, 5751, 1991. Today's shiur is in blessed memory of Meir ben Mordachi of blessed memory. This is Shama having Aliyah. Okay, this one is short. Translated from Hebrew. This is in connection with the inauguration of the new building of Yeshiva Tammuz Lubavitcher in Crown Heights. We spoke earlier regarding the difference between the words Korach and Chukas. The two Torah portions which we read this Shabbos and the Parshas of Korach and the Torah reading of today and the Parshas of Chukas read at the Mincha prayer, that they are both made up of the letters Chok, a structure only in Chukas. A Tzaf is added where a Korach, Resh, is added, where there are 3 lines connected above and on both sides, and an opening gateway on the bottom, and the dot on the line. And in the service of man, the letter Sav, the end of all 22 letters of the Torah, denotes the complete service in all 3 lines realms, as they are united as one, like the 3 lines of the letter Sav, which are connected as one, that there is no place for foreign matters. Torah, godly service, and acts of kindness, and with all 3 garments of the soul, unite through thought, speech, and action. For although there must be a break between thought and speech, and an interval then action is alluded to the separation between the left foot connected to the roof and right foot of the letter He. Nonetheless, through the complete service is holiness alluded to the letter Saf, the end of the whole Aleph base. Action is united with thought and speech, that the action comes in continuation with them in a matter of accelerity. If holiness, as alluded to also the staff of Aaron, blossom and produce almonds, the swiftness of growth of almonds. Since the Sav denotes the complete service, it also has the virtue that comes through the service of tshuva, return, which this is the concept of the beginning, which this is the concept of the opening at the bottom. On the bottom specifically, since above and on both sides is completely closed, there is no place for side matters, and most certainly opposite matters, since the person reaches the perfection of service, and specifically below, in the lowest world, there is an opening and possibility for a descent, heaven forbid. And also regarding the righteous, this opening is at the bottom, since the service of tshuva is in a matter the spirit will return to Hashem that gave it. Specifically, for the soul is in a body in the lowest world, since the whole amazement in this verse is that even the soul in the body is nevertheless on the level of which it was before the soul descended into the body. And may we connect this also with the celebration that will be held tomorrow on the first day of the week of Parshas Chukas, the inauguration of the new building of Yeshiva Tammuz Lubavitch. The concept of Yeshiva Tammuz is complete tamim, service in all 3 aspects and realms of Torah, the revealed aspects of Torah, the inner dimension of Torah, service, prayer, and acts of kindness, the general service of spreading the well springs of Hasidim outward, and for all them together as one, and using the 3 garments of the soul, thought, speech, and action as one. And in addition to this, also the virtue of service of tshuva, to bring the righteous to do tshuva through the service of spreading the well springs of Hasidim outward, beginning with the outside within the person himself, which all this is accomplished through the revelation of das, self-nullification that transcends limits. And this phenomenon is especially emphasized in the building of a new building of Tachnei Tamimim, which the building denotes that the service of the yeshiva is done as such that it is surrounded and closed from all sides, with no possibility for influence from the outside, heaven forbid. Similar to the 3 lines that are connected and closed in the letter Sav, in the opening below is in order to add virtue of tshuva, and especially through the building of a new building, as the verse says, when you will build a new house, you should make a fence for your roof. When a person will fall from it, the wording is slightly not understood, should have said, so that the person does not fall from it. However, the verse implies that even if a person falls off, the fence will save him. We may say that this alludes to the accomplishment of the tshuva that is higher than the Torah, since that even one who falls through offense that is perfection will live from Hashem's granted him life, for he will do tshuva and not fall. Tshuva is higher than the Torah, that even one who falls through offense in its perfection will live for Hashem, granting him life, for he will do tshuva and not fall. Although, for the perspective of the Torah, he might need a punishment before he is forgiven, nonetheless, Hashem has the ability to supersede this and say that the tshuva is sufficient. And from this is understood that regarding the students of the yeshiva, that in conjunction with the inauguration of the yeshiva, they should have an addition in the aspects of service of the yeshiva in the above mentioned manner, and firstly in Torah study, both the revealed aspects of the Torah as well as the inner dimensions of the Torah, with the preference of the service of prayer, and the great is Torah study that leads to action, acts of kindness, together with the service of tshuva, and the general service of spreading the well springs outward, both within the person himself as well as the outside, as the simple sense to spread the well springs outside of the yeshiva and outside the realm of holiness, including outward of the world, including outward of which there is no further outward than it. And all these matters found on the permeate with the point of self-nullification, to the extent that through this we will bring quickly the fulfillment of the promise of the Mashiach, the Baal Shem Tov, that through spreading the well springs outward, the Master comes, the King Mashiach, literally immediately.